Hello guys, and welcome back to What If Civilization Started Over. Now, in the last episode, I cannot actually remember what happened because I have actually not been on YouTube for quite a while, and so sorry about that, but I had basically a trip, and so I was off my phone, off the internet for the entire week. But now I'm back, and so we can just get straight into it. And so, yeah. Now, the Triangle team is probably the strongest country in the world, strongest alliance in the world, and they are going to go prove that a bit more. First thing, they just, they decide to invade poor old Cyprus, and yeah, it does not go well. Cyprus is completely destroyed, and next up they actually decide to go after this country here. I think they invaded them not so long ago, and so once again they push in as they are already really weak, mainly focusing in on the coastal areas and then taking the capital, where they decide to then surrender. The peace treaty is that they take a lot of coastal lands. However, this country right here then is chosen to actually become a puppet state. This one right here, and they join up with these guys, become one large puppet state, leaving the capital in this one. But also they do they at first make a new one right here. However, as they are really weak, they decide to unify with these guys, and so they keep the capital in the old one, and then actually end up deciding that they even want to unify with these guys, and so we now have quite a decently large power, and these two really don't like each other. Basically, the Triangle team is not really loved by many countries, apart from these ones and a lot of Eastern Europe. Now, speaking of the Triangle team, some countries only really joined because it was good. Basically, this country right here, they were built up by the Triangle team. However, they do decide to leave the Triangle team. But actually, no, that's it. They just decided to leave the Triangle team. And again, we're gonna have some expansion by the Triangle team, which is basically a lot of what they do. We have the Purple team going all the way there. This pinkish team was slowly becoming the modern day Russia. They also actually managed to explore all the way over here, which allows them. So after them exploring this, they basically go on. Basically, they do this thing called the something like large expansion, Operation Large Expansion, which goes decently well until it doesn't, and quite a large part of Operation Expansion breaks away, as well as another half of it here. and finally on over here. Now these guys are extremely large, however they are also extremely weak. These guys having their capital there, these guys here, and these guys in the bay here. Now the final country to do some expanding is these guys. Who expand into all of this land. Now having the triangle team is all about Eastern Europe, while Western Europe is a bit more tense between the two allied sides. However, it's mainly just the light blue team versus these guys. However, all of these guys are very heavily influenced by them, and something bad happens inside the country here. A leader is elected that is actually really horrible, and this leader decides to leave the Circle Alliance, basically completely disbanding it, and it kind of just sends this wave sends the whole country into ruins, and lots and lots of different countries break away. The first one is down here. Down here, which was recently, I believe, like some sort of dark green country. We then have a light blue country being formed over here. We have a green country being formed over here. We then have the old government, which is basically completely changed into this orange country right here. We then have this kind of Danish country breaking away. And finally, we have this yellow country over here, and this southern bit actually just opts to join the team right here. And so in a matter of weeks after the leader was elected, the entire country has been destroyed, and so we're gonna give them capitals, and the Danish one will have it there. These guys will have their one over here, and I think that's all of them. This yellow is actually quite hard to see, so I'm gonna make it a bit darker. And with this rapid collapse of this country, these guys see how important, basically the whole country really, most of the people really like the idea of being in an alliance, and so by knowing this, right, they know that it is important to be part of an alliance. Oh my god, I'm feeling at this. And so they decide to join in. They join immediately after they join back with the square team, as it was mainly just the light blue country which had a problem with it. And we actually do have one of the new countries deciding to join the square team, which is this green one over here. And so now we also then have this country down here joining the square team. And so the square team has now become a very powerful Western European country. Now, all the colonies do still technically belong to the light blue country. However, obviously this is not going to last. And so Iceland is taken by the Nordic Union, and Greenland is actually peacefully split between these two, while some of the core lands of the American area actually decide to break away and form their own country right here. And this then leaves the Catalonian team to get a decently large amount like this. And we actually have the Danish team and this orange team managing to actually I'm not sure, to get some of these lands. That is very similar. I might change the orange team's color. Let's see. No, that's too. Yep. No, I don't think that looks good. Right, it doesn't matter. And so the rest of this area is given so the French team is actually being very kind by letting the orange team and the Dutch and the Denmark team go through their country to their colonies. However, they are slowly becoming very hard to hold on to, and so as well as them, they also they decide to also break no, they don't. No, we will leave them as their colonies. However, they are very unstable, but we will give these guys their capital city, which is going to be down here in where they were first colonized. And so that will give us the first colony, or first free country on the American continent. However, once again, this country isn't the most stable, but they're doing decently well. And so these two countries are actually getting very close with the square team. However, they opt not to join. However, these two countries here are getting very close with the triangle team, and so the front line here in Europe is getting very controversial and very tense. And for the final event of this video, I'm gonna have to do this very quickly. This blue team just basically implodes, where the northern half of it breaks away, with their capital being right here. And so that will be it for today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.